G'day, legends! G'day, our three legends! How are we, my beautiful three legends? What's good, guys? How are we? What's up, Simply Kudos? How are you, man? What's up, Davidson Figueredo's fan page? How are you, brother? It's good to see you. What's up, Johnny? Why are you here, Johnny? What do you want from me, Johnny? Huh? What do you want from me, Johnny? What do you need from me? Why are you here? You don't like me, Johnny. I know you don't like the channel. So why are you here? What's up, UFC Master? Good to see you, man. Almost shirtless indeed. True. Almost shirtless indeed. How are we, boys? What's good? What's going on with you guys? I went to work again today. I was finally back at work. I was in a stairwell today, working on a bulkhead in a stairwell, and let me tell you, it was bloody hot. It was bloody hot inside of that stairwell. So I'm happy that's over. And now I've got the next 2 days off, and then I'm back at work again on Thursday. We're easing back into the week, boys. We're just slowly inserting it back into the week. We're just going inch by inch, slowly and steadily back into the week. What's up, Justin Kennedy? How are you, man? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're well. Johnny the bully. Johnny is a bloody bully. I tell you what, he is. Why won't YouTube let me say any slurs? Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse as the years go on. There's going to be even more censorship. So be ready for that, Bilal. Be ready for that. How are you, Bilal? Hope you're doing well, man. How are you? Are you back at work now, or are you going to give yourself another week off? What are you going to do, brother? How are you, dude? I'm bad. I'm bad Spider-Man black suit. So you're the bad Spider-Man in the black suit? Okay. All right. Is that what you think you are? You think you're the villain of the channel, do you? A nice slow insertion into the week. I think so. MMA news today. Nothing. Nothing. JDM and Neon did a stream. So that was pretty good. We're really deep into the midweek, into the mid-year break now. There's 3 weeks left to go. There's 3 weeks behind us. There's really 2 weeks left to go, really, when you think about it. Because the last week, it's going to be building up for the pay-per-view. You know, like, yes, there's 3 weeks until we see a brand new MMA fight. But that week before the brand new MMA fight, the full MMA cycle will start back up again. So we've really got 2 weeks left. So we're down in the dumps right now, but we'll be back, boys. We'll be back, boys. Didn't even let me call Bilal. Okay. Also, I saw Craig Shotgun 2. That shit is not worth Valhalla introduction. You saw Craig versus Shogun, who are 2. That shit is not worthy to go into a Valhalla. It was a round and a half of submission grappling before Shogun tapped to strikes. Well, then we take Shogun out of Valhalla. Surely Shogun has been in some wars, though. I mean, it's bloody Shogun Rua. I'm sure he's been in some wars. We need a headline. Dana beats his wife or something. We do need a headline. We are going to get back into the top 30 list. Obviously, I've got the top 30 list right there ready to go. So we're going to dive right back into that. But yes, some news would be good. There's probably not going to be a video tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I'll probably just take tomorrow off making a video. There's nothing to talk about. There's really nothing to talk about. You saw Anik say there might be 6 or 7 undisputed title fights at the White House. I did see that. That's madness. It could happen though. I guess I could do a White House card builder with 6 title fights on it. You know what? That's maybe what I'll do tomorrow. For a video, I'll do a White House card builder with 6 fights on it. That could have like 6 title fights on it, and how that would work out for the rest of the year. You need to toughen up, Dougie. This is an MMA channel. I know this is an MMA channel. I'm aware this is an MMA channel. I've got MMA stuff to talk about. We're going to do the GOAT list, the UFC GOAT list. I'm ready. Shogun, no fun. Rua, no fun at all, mate. That was the fight that someone used to try and make you put Paul Craig in Valhalla. That would have been help me. But little did you know, or Jock as we like to call him now, I took Paul Craig out of Valhalla. And I put Chris Duncan in, but I took Paul Craig out, yeah. Paul Craig should have been in Valhalla. That was a stupid idea by me. I let Jock convince me too much. Paddy versus Gaethje winner will take the horrors of being slept on live TV by Ilia Abturo. Yeah, I agree. So, Paddy Pimblett is going to be slept by Ilia Topuria on live television. And it's going to be great to watch, Bilal. Honestly, it'll be fun to see. You're going to do a top 30 Pride greatest fighters ever tier list? I'm not, Johnny. I'll never get it right, and Shotgun will yell at me because of how wrong I am. So I wouldn't even touch that with a 10-foot pole, mate. Kind of sucks if they do many title fights on a single card. Not much left for the immediate future and after it. Yeah. And I can kind of believe what Anik is saying, right? Because when you look at the first 3 cards of the year, there's only one title fight happening on there, really. Volk and Diego Lopez. That's the only title fight happening. And there's meant to be 2 title fights per card. So we've saved ourselves 4 title fights with that. Joe Rogan loves his black guests. Joe Rogan loves his black guests. This is true, Master. Great videos with Fight Society. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Johnny. Dana is Oh, I missed one. You need to find a CPL fighters to start wars like your idol guru. You need to find CPL. I need to find fighters to start a war with, like Guru. Yeah, I do. I mean, yeah, but it's got to be natural. You know, I started the war with Joe Pyfer. It's got to be natural. Dana is going at it from the wrong angle. Don't put title fights in the White House cards. The casuals still won't know who they are. Put fun fights on who will get them interested in the sport. No, I agree with that. Right? Like, just because it's a title fight doesn't guarantee that it's going to be fun. In fact, a lot of the title fights last year weren't very fun at all. So, yeah, don't worry about title fights. Worry about fun contenders, not even fun number 1 contenders matchups. I agree, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page. Just fun contenders matches. There has been a ripple in the Scottish force. He's about to appear any moment. He knows. Jock knows we're talking about him. Your fighter downfall video was good. Thank you, MMA Master. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate it. What's up, MJ World? How are you, dude? W to you, brother. So are we thinking Paddy versus Ilya for the interim... International Fight Week. That's what you meant by that. Are we thinking Paddy versus Ilya for International Fight Week or the White House card? I think it'll be the White House card, Bilal. Why not interview Bryce Mitchell? Because Bryce Mitchell won't message me back. Okay? That's why. Okay? I've messaged Bryce Mitchell, and then he won't message me back. So that's why we don't interview Bryce Mitchell. All right? All right. That being said, I don't want the White House card to succeed. I want a load of American football fans in the sport spouting Roganisms. I don't want a lot of American-esque football fans, like, uneducated American fans just spouting Joe Rogan's talking points. That would be annoying. And the last thing MMA needs is another annoying fan base. Am I right, chat? Am I right, chat? Another annoying MMA fan base. Give me a fucking break with that shit. Am I right, chat? I feel like we'll be waiting ages for title fights if they do that. We already are waiting ages for title fights. Yeah, it's already been set up that way. It's always good vibes on Dougie's Corner. It's always good vibes on Dougie's Corner when you're here, MJ World. You're a legend, mate. Considering most of the champs are only fighting once a year, it's really going to slow a lot of shit down. It'll be worse than UFC 300. Like, UFC 300 left us in this void of fights because UFC 300 essentially had all the contenders matchups on it. And look how shit everything was around that, right? Couple equals a couple. I'm with you, Johnny. Thank you. I need to start with a couple of fighters. I'm with you, Johnny. I get you, mate. You're right. The PFL could have done 2 events during these 6 weeks with no UFC. They really could have. They should have done 3 or 4. They should have done 3 or 4, Johnny. They fucked up massively. Powhatan has cracked the code. Got tired of your girl? Just go sparring. Powhatan has cracked the code. Getting tired of your girl? Just take her sparring and crack her in the fucking nose legally. I like it, simply kudos. Bitch, stop yapping. You know what we should do? Some sparring practice. You and I should do some sparring sessions together. You're always saying we don't spend enough time together. How about we do some sparring together? Fuck, you caught that cunt! Fuck, bang, bang, bang! Do you think Pyfer will have John Jones type allegations as be known as Joe Knifer Pyfer? Maybe. He seems like the kind of guy that would crash out and end up knifing her. I could see that happening. Yeah, for sure, man. No notification? How could you do this to me? You do know that, number one, I don't control the YouTube notifications, but number two, you're in the Discord, and number three, buddy, there is an entire channel in the Discord called YouTube Channel Updates that you could set the notifications on, and no one can say anything in that channel except for me, and all I post is when I go live. You could literally get custom notifications on your phone. Justin Kennedy. Tom may not fight this year, Ilya may fight once this year, and Islam also only once, and Islam might retire this year as well, UFC Master. So there's that too, which would also suck. Dang, you got to go full Rambo to get Bryce. I know, I need to fly to America. When is Guru flying to America, by the way, chat? How long have we been promised this? When is this happening? Wonder why Dana hasn't talked about Power Slap. Power Slap's over. It's dead in the water. You know it. I know it. Power Slap's over. No one cares about Power Slap. Power Slap's fucking done. You think we might see Maduro fighting in the White House? You know what would be good? We could have Maduro chained up over the octagon like some sort of Conan the Barbarian-esque whore. You know how, like, in the old Conan the Barbarian comics, that have the slave girls chained over the fighting pits? We could have Maduros chained up over the fighting pits. Yeah? Now we're talking. Dougie found out that sex sells and hasn't wore a full t-shirt. It's the middle of summer, all right? You guys think I dress like an English roadman in the middle of winter because I'm wearing a hoodie, and then you're surprised that I'm wearing a singlet in the middle of summer. We're not on the same page, Dougie. I'm 90 kilos of steel. That's a lot of cock. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Looking dash. How are you, Mitch? Good to see you, Mitch. I hope that you're doing well, brother. Your green is looking lovely today, mate. Lots of champs on the verge of retirement, actually. They are. Volk might retire. Islam will probably retire. Blah, blah, blah. Pantoja will win the belt back and then retire. I'm doing a Leon Edwards impression. There has never been a worse, more auraless interim title fight. Juster and Paddy are, as far as skill goes, maybe top 5 and top 6 in the division. And Ilya didn't beat Islam for the current real belt. Yes, the lightweight division has become an absolute joke. Davidson Figueiredo's fan page. I completely agree with you. This title shot shouldn't be taken seriously. It's not even really a number 1 contenders fight. Ilya, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje is barely a number 1 contenders fight, let alone a fucking interim title for a champion that didn't even fight the number 1 contender. It's bad. There is still a custom reinforcing the hull of the plane to carry Guru. They are still custom reinforcing the hull of the plane to carry Guru's massive load. Okay, we got a zoo plane here. We got the MMA Guru flying out to America. We got a zoo plane. We're going to be taking a giant hog, a huge fucking hippo overseas. Nobody said anything about Power Slap. Bro, nobody said anything about Power Slap. Chill out. Chill out, bro. How are you, Darklight Delirium? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, dude. They got Arnold Allen at plus 3,000 to end 2026 as champ. I don't know, man. Someone cashed on Dern becoming champ in 2025. Arnold Allen. He could have a big year back. Arnold Allen, Diego Lopez, Arnold Allen, Yair Rodriguez, Arnold Allen for the vacated title by the end of the year. If Arnold Allen has a big showing against Gene Silva, I could see it. That's actually not crazy, man. We're surprised that you have clothes on that aren't black. I mean, it's true. I don't have one of these singlets in black. I should get one of these in black, right? Maduro is chained over the octagon, and we have Peyton Talbot with a team of Morales against John Jones. Winner gets to keep him. Now we're talking. You get Michael Morales in there against John Jones for the absolute gayest in the UFC award. Is that a thong you're wearing? It's a chest thong, MMA Johnny. I'm not mad at the Paddy Gaethje fight, but it really sucks that it's for a belt. Yeah, I like the fight. Just the fact that Paddy versus Gaethje is for the belt is just, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. How are you, Install Driver? Good to see you, man. Am I still on holiday? I'm easing slowly back into the week of work. I just stuck the tip in today, and I'll be back into it on Thursday. I'm easing into it. Yes, brother. Bro thinks he's Ronnie Comments. Yeah, buddy! Yeah, buddy! Half of the reinforcement on the plane isn't even for, it's all the mayo he needs to... Half of the reinforcement on the plane isn't even for him. It's all the mayo he needs to eat on the 1 hour flight. We've got a custom-made plane for the MMA guru. It can hold 500 kilos. We're testing it with 2 hippos. Plus, it's got a feeding trough of 1,000 liters of mayonnaise. This is why it's taking him so long to travel. We've got to build this plane. Diego beating Volk is best for the division. I agree, unfortunately. However, what I really want to see is Volk beat Diego Lopez and then later in the year fight Movsar Evloev and win that fight too. Now we're fucking talking. And if Volk beats Movsar Evloev and Diego Lopez twice, he's the forever champ, chat. And I don't want to hear any arguments about it. Yes. Oh, nice. You're in the Zesty Dougie outfit. Thank you. Hats off. It's just a singlet, mate. Muscle shirt light, badge. It is 30 degrees today, by the way. We're all rocking a Zesty Dougie shirt. That's it, boys. Everyone take your shirt off. Morales' new post-fight celebration is going to be deep. Disgusting! Disgusting. Talbot and Morales versus John Jones for the accurate, intelligent, diligent striker belt. That's right. Only they can win that kind of a belt, Davidson Figueiredo's fan base. Why is everyone who wears this belt coughing and keeling over and dying? Everyone who gets the AIDS belt just gets a really bad immune system and then dies. Bro, the only man in Australia that wears a wrestling singlet and a cup to just sit on the live. Bro's the only guy in Australia that wears a wrestling singlet and a cup. Well, it's a very wild live stream, Justin Kennedy. You never know when I'm going to need to crack out the wrestling singlet. Okay, mate? Shall we get into the actual chats of the day? I think we should. We've done enough bullshitting. We've done enough fucking around. Let's get into the actual conversation of the day. Shall we, chat? We've fucked around enough. We've had a good... What's it been? It's been 20 minutes of absolute bullshit. Who should we do next, chat? I think next... have we done Cejudo? I think we just did Cejudo, didn't we? Yeah, we've done Cejudo. Cejudo can go. I'll be running at your feet. Maybe we do BJ Penn next. In honor of BJ Penn having the worst career fall-off in today's fall-off video, maybe we do BJ Penn next, huh? What do we reckon, chat? BJ Penn, Stipe, or Aldo? They're the next ones up, I think. What do you reckon, chat? Who do you want next? Someone's saying Matt Hughes. That's not what I offered. That's not what I offered you. Let me read some chats. Impression of Kevin Holland asking Ronnie Coleman if he even lifts. Kevin Holland asking Ronnie Coleman if he even lifts. What, you don't know what a 45-pound plate is? You don't know what a 45-pound plate is? Now I'm in my ego. Do you even lift? Do you even lift? Why do you bench? You don't know what you bench? Huh. Now I'm in my ego. Oh, now I'm in my ego. You don't even bench? Volk would destroy Movsar. It's such a good matchup for him. I know! I want to see Volk smash Movsar so Australia can finally beat Russia. 1 out of 10 and we say we win and we end the rivalry. Paddy beats Justin and then Justin gets another title shot. Paddy beats Justin. No, if Justin loses this, he's retiring. This is the end for Justin. You never know what kind of title fight is going to come away in 11 months. No one thought in January 2025 that JDM and Islam were going to fight for a title at MSG. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, as much as we make these predictions about what's going to happen this year, there's always some crazy shit that we don't expect that just comes out of fucking nowhere. And that's going to happen again this year. That's what I was saying to Fight Society. That's what I was saying to Fight Society. Like, Fight Society was predicting essentially every single champion was going to defend. I was like, dude, there's going to be crazy shit. There's always crazy shit. Hopporo MMA. What's up, Hopporo MMA? Shout out to you. Fucking great channel is Hopporo. He did a video on his wishes for next year. One of them is that Volk doesn't lose again, has a couple more, and then retires as the winner. Fuck yeah, I knew Haporo was a good dude. I remember writing a comment about it, but I want Volk Evloev fight because Evloev has no power, so you don't have to worry about Volk's chin. It'd be like Volk build up from the old days. I agree. I remember you actually said this like 2 or 3 days ago on a stream, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page, and I completely agree with you. Yeah, you know, Movzar's not going to sleep Volk. Volk is a little ball of muscle. He'll be able to out-wrestle Movzar, hopefully. At least I think he will. So yeah, brother. I agree. Do you think they'll make Ian Gary's belt a strap-on and give it to Layla? No. Ian Gary doesn't like to get plugged. Ian Gary likes to watch. So no, that's not what they'll do. Impression of Zesty Dougie and John Jones complimenting your outfit. Oh, now you're looking tasty. Matt Hughes, what's up, real Bruce Wayne? How are you, brother? Good to see you, dude. I hope that you're well. Who are you picking between JDM and Carlos Prates? JDM. It's in the fists. UFC is going to go back in time. We're done with this. We are going to have to go back in time. We'll settle for BJ Penn. We'll do BJ Penn. How are you, Carpathiast? Good to see you, brother. I hope that you're well. Ironic that Daggies are going to fuck up the GOAT. They do love a good fucking up of a GOAT list. That's true. They do. Matt Hughes missed out on naming his son Dick Hughes. He could have named his son Dick Hughes. This is true. Dick Huge. How are you, Hats off? All right, we'll do Matt Hughes. BJ can't even win a fight in a parking lot. I know, but it's about how much legacy he accrued, not where he is now. BJ Penn losing in the octagon and on the streets is embarrassing. That is true, but it's about how much legacy he accrued, not where he is in his career now. I feel like I just said that. Impression of Kevin Holland taking 5 grams of shrooms and having an ego death. Now I'm out of my ego. I don't know what a 4570 is, and that's okay. Now I'm out of my ego. Like, we might actually get Piotr Jan versus Charles Jourdain in December. You never know. I mean, it could happen. You never know. That's true. I mean, look how quickly Diego Lopez got himself to a title shot. Yeah, you never know. How many wins does JDM need for another title shot? Unfortunately, because he's in such a busy division, I would say 3 wins. I feel like if the UFC wants to be about entertainment and have fun, 0 sense matchups, they need to copy boxing and have champs fight mandatory opponents, but let them have fun matchups in a different way. They could do that. Yeah, they could do that. They could have, like, the champion, Ilya Topuria, have a fun matchup with Justin Gaethje at 157, 162, something like that, just for the fun matchups. I get what you mean, Justin Kennedy. They could do that. Mark Kerr should name his son Wayne. I don't get it. Looking jacked and zesty today. Okay. Looking jacked as Ziz today. Oh, that's what you mean. What's the Ziz pose? Was that the Ziz pose? It's been so long since I watched Ziz. I think that's it, right? They give the champion Ian Gary octagon-shaped binoculars to watch from afar. They give the champion Ian Gary... Oh! They give Ian Gary octagon-shaped binoculars. Yeah, that's what he gets, mate. Impression of Ball Anthony Smith living with a community of armadillos and raising a beautiful armadillo family. They've got the perfect defensive style. Oh no, someone's coming to attack my family. Good work, kids. Good work. Get into the perfect offensive position, kids. Good work. Armadillo fucking. That's a fucking great one, actually. Kevin Holland on shrooms. How do you know that I am? How do you know what I am? Now I'm in my ego. Impression of, why Pantoja too scared to fight Yannigan? Why is Pantoja too scared to fight Yannigan? Because he knows that Van will snap his arm again. It was easy, mate. It was easy the first time, and he'll easily do it the second time. Impression of Chopper Reed shooting you after you do the Ziz pose. Fucking get it, you cunt! Get it! I thought that was the Arnie pose. I think Ziz was copying the Arnie pose. The fun matchups idea reminds me of when Anderson Silva fought at light heavyweight. People forget, man. Anderson Silva decided that he was just going to move up and fight at light heavyweight for fun. Imagine if Khamzat Chimaev moved up and fought Yuri Prohaska, not for the belt, just for fun. Payne Talbot was on Matan Evans' show today, an internet troll. I saw the one clip of him saying he wasn't gay. I saw. Van has acquired plot armor. It's the best base for MMA, having plot armor. Let's go with BJ Penn. Let's do BJ Penn. Let's do BJ Penn. Let us go with BJ Penn. BJ Penn, ESPN headshot. Actually, I don't even need to add that because it's already here. I did BJ Penn today. BJ Penn, ESPN headshot. Boom. How many title wins does BJ Penn have? Let's have a look. BJ Penn. Tapology. Excuse me, Chatterton. All right, title wins. How many title wins has BJ Penn got? Carl Uno was a draw. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Carl Uno doesn't count. Matt Hughes, Joe Stevenson, Sean Shirk, Kenny Florian, Diego Sanchez. Is that it? Matt Hughes, Joe Stevenson, Sean Shirk, Kenny Florian, Diego Sanchez. 5. 5 title wins for BJ Penn. 5 title wins for BJ Penn. Now, was BJ Penn, did he win in lightweight and welterweight? I believe he did, right? I believe BJ won in lightweight and welterweight. Let me read some chats, and I'll circle back around. Let me read some chats. Come on now. Let me read some chats. I was watching a Mark Hunt fight with a mate and his 11-year-old son ages ago. Phrases like Mark Hunt bleeding, Mark Hunt is in pain, etc. We were pissing ourselves laughing. The kid was loving it. I was watching Mark Hunt fight. Oh, Mike Hunt is bleeding. Mike Hunt is in pain. I get it. I get it. Because you Americans don't just say the word cunt. So anyone alluding to the word cunt is funny. I get it. Mike Hunt is bleeding. I get it now. I didn't get it before, but I get it now, chat. Now I understand the joke, chat. Impression of Joe Pyfer arresting Kevin Holland instinctively. Something about him, I don't like it. Get him, boy. Make sure to turn the body cameras up. Man, I didn't do nothing, man. How do I bet on Van to will a fight? How do I bet on Van to will a fight via the will of the Lord? How do I bet on Van to win a fight via the will of the Lord? Just approach the gambling companies, mate. If you can gamble on the weather tomorrow, you can gamble on what God is going to do in an MMA fight. Just message him, mate. Just be like, I'll put $20 on it. BJ's best wins is his mum. Look at her ass. Look at her ass. That's not her ass. I know my mom's ass. That is not her ass. Impression of Joshua Van accidentally ramming his boat into a refugee raft. My people, I've hurt my people. Oh no, dude. Wait, what's my Vietnamese accent? Oh no, that's not good. You want some banh mi? Oh, I've hit my boat into my own people. Oh no. What is your cheekiest prediction for 2026? Cheekiest prediction for 2026. We see a Mackenzie Dern nip slip. BJ Penn got cooked by Ryan Holt. Ryan Holt, what a master, man. What an absolute savage. Impression of Connor McPegger giving Ian Gary some pro tips. What you want to do with it is put a big weight on the end of it, yeah? You got to get more thicker and girthier. Can you stick that in Layla? First man to go 0-3 against someone, BJ Penn. True, very true. All against the same person. Diego got kicked in the head by BJ Penn. Well, good for Diego. Yeah, lightweight and welter. I thought so, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page. I thought it was too. Impression of the downfall of BJ Penn and Anshul Jubilee fighting. That's not her ass. That's not her ass. Sir, I'm not going to look at your mother's ass. Now, do not redeem. Come on, get in the cage, sir. Get in the cage and fight me. That's not his real ass. What's up, fellas? Your resident Dan Hooker award winner here. Good to see you, Paul. You're the best Dan Hooker in here, mate. You know it, dude. Separating the mandatory fights from the fun money grab matchups will also save the integrity of the sport, and they'll be able to do their Jones versus Alex and McGregor versus Chandler. Yes, you'll actually be able to have meritocracy, but you'll also be able to have fun matchmaking. Sort of what they did with Ilia Topuria and the BMF belt. When Ilia Topuria fought, when Max Holloway fought Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway didn't have the BMF belt on the line, so it didn't count. You can just have some fun matchups, yeah. Impression of BJ claiming his dad is a clone too, because it's way more bent than that. Look at that, that's not his cock! I know he's cock, that's not his cock! How are you, Ricky? Good to see you, man. Hey, Dougie, just took a hot shower to clear my sinuses, and I'm cooking steak and rice. That's a very weird sentence you put together there, and I feel like I've been tricked into saying something. How are you, noob cake? How you going, mate? I am Australian, so g'day to you, sir. BJ beat Janice Pulver. True. Dougie and the Arnold Stringer trying to show off his... It's fucking summer. It's hot. Can't believe Tracy Cortez has 3 finishes in 3 different weight classes. Well, we don't know if she's finished off Alex yet. We can't confirm it. He's still with her, so he still might be trying to bust that nut out. Amanda versus Kayla is going to have Fight of the Year contender. Amanda versus Kayla is going to have a Fight of the Year contender. No, it isn't. Amanda versus Carl Harrison. No, it isn't, Johnny. Impression of BJ Penn attacking a trick-or-treaters that come to his house on Halloween. Impression of BJ Penn attacking trick-or-treaters that come to his house. Hi, sir, trick-or-treat. What the fuck is that? It's a demon! It's a demon! Clone, bring me the gun! Bring me the gun! Did you, where am I up to? I know you did not just skip my heartfelt chat. Sorry, Fighters Club. Sorry, mate. I did. I'm sorry, mate. You're taking an anussly ripping wide shit. There you go, mate. My bad. Thoughts on the capture of Madeira? Couldn't give a single fuck, Bruce Wayne. They are my thought. Genuinely couldn't give a fuck. Hopefully America colonizes the fuck out of Venezuela and we get some Western oil reserves so we can drop the price of diesel so I can go camping for a decent $1 again. That's about it. Dougie, would you be Connor's weight spotter? No, I'd leave that free in Gary. Impression of evil Dougie seeing Powhatan post a Valentina's picture hugging his... No. Didn't snow once where I am in Canada. So happy about that. Lucky you, Mitch. Lucky you. Although I do have to say, a bit of snow is alright. Like a nice bit of snow is alright. Not like every single day where you're digging up the driveway. Who are we starting with today? We're going to do BJ Penn. We're going to do BJ Penn. Let's get back over to what we were doing. There's too many... What's with all the impression requests today, chat? You guys do know I don't know how to do impressions, yeah? At the time, BJ was fucking awesome. BJ was fucking awesome at the time. And let's be honest, BJs are fucking awesome. Dougie's upper chest and traps... Okay, that's just gay. Imagine BJ Penn skitzing out as he watches Attack of the Clones. The Clone Wars have begun. I told you! I told you! Is Dern the first female champion to have full frontal nudes available for purchase on the web? No. Didn't Ronda Rousey do a nude shoot for ESPN magazine or something? I know I'm predicting that Imanov will not be fighting the champ. They're gonna give it to Strickland after he wipes the floor with Anthony. I think they'll give it to Imanov. Yeah, I think they will. Plot twist, it was BJ who was cloned. The original one was called DJ Penn. There is also TJ and AJ Penn and CJ Penn, but he died from a cocaine overdose. Cocaine Penn. BJ Penn sits on his roof in a ghillie suit waiting for the Santa and the Christmas elves. I heard that motherfucker on the roof last year. I'll get him. Impression of Beanie Dougie wearing an Alex Pereira mask and pretending to be Alex in order to trick Tracy Cortez into smashing. Mate, I'll just have to get one of those fucking Sharma masks. And that bitch with those eyes, she won't be able to tell it, mate. We'll fucking get in there, boys. Don't worry. My city is buried in 3 feet of snow. See, that's too much snow. You just want a light hazing. Never snows in Vancouver, Kavanaugh. Just the best place in the country. I do like a little bit of snow, but I guess it's very easy for you to drive to the snow. You know what I mean? We need a Suit Dougie versus Shirtless Dougie AI video. Shirtless Dougie obviously wins that one. People forget I started the impressions, man. You did. Hats off. You did. BJ is short for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not in my world, it isn't. Didn't Jessica Andrade have OnlyFans? We don't talk about that anymore, MMA Master. It was disgusting. We don't talk about her OnlyFans. Okay? Alright. I can't confirm it's indeed too much snow. Yeah, that is. Impression of Zesty Dougie trying to clone BJ Penn, but with bigger lips. Now he's going to live up to his name. No. Zesty Dougie, sorry. This is going to be delicious. Now he's going to live up to his name. I would perform the ancient Japanese seppuku for Dougie. You don't have to do that. Just share my shorts. Subscribe to the channel. Get your mates to subscribe to the channel. And anytime I make a short, just share it. Powhatan looks like an Avatar character. He does. He's got a weird looking face. Impression of Brian Ortega. Brian. Brian Ortega. Using his eagle powers to locate Pereira so Costa can inject him with his secret poison. Man, you know the eagle can fly around, and I got that hookup with Paulo Costa. Now, I know he smashed Tracy as well, so he gonna be upset about this too, and we can just change the ingredients of that secret juice, you know? Imagine a BJ Penn and Teller show where Teller is doing magic and BJ is just freaking out. He cut her in half! She's a clone. She can't be real if she's been cut in half. Does the infamous Woodley tape count? No, that's disgusting. Stop that. Channeling your inner John Jones when I do Zesty, Dougie, yeah. The fact that BJ fought at 205 and 155 is fucking legendary. Yeah, we do have to, let's do this. BJ fought at all weight classes. Fought at all weight classes. Double champ. Two division champ, 5 title wins, fought at all weight classes. How many legend wins? Let's start counting up BJ Penn's legendary wins. Let's have a look here. Chatterton. Who is BJ Penn's legendary wins in the UFC? Is Dean Thomas a legendary win? What do we reckon? Dean Thomas? Dean Thomas was 12-1. What about Carl Uno? Carl Uno, does that go down as a legendary win? Matt Serra, one of the worst fighters of all time. Does that go down as a legendary win? We'll go Carl Uno. We'll give him a Carl Uno as a legendary win. Carl Uno. We'll mention Dean Thomas. We'll just chuck in Dean Thomas. Dean Thomas was 12-1, but we'll put Dean Thomas, not as a legendary, but we'll just chuck him down there. Dean Thomas is a 12-1. We'll give him that. What about Matt Serra? Is definitely not going down there. Matt Hughes is obviously like fucking huge. Matt Hughes is huge. That's definitely a legendary win. You can't argue that. So Matt Hughes goes there. Matt Hughes, Carl Uno. What else we got? For all BJ Penn, Dwayne Ludwig. Renzo Gracie. That was at K1, actually. That doesn't count. Janice Pulver. Janice Pulver. Kenny Florian, man. People forget, man. People forget Kenny Florian. Matt Hughes twice. Oish. Crazy. 2 legendary wins. Matt Hughes twice. And that might be it. Let me read some chats. Let me read some chats. Let me read some chats. I'm here, boys. Don't worry. I'm here. I'm here, chats. I'm here. Did I hear somebody say that Dern has nudes? I've never checked to see Mackenzie Dern's nudes, but apparently she has nudes, mate. I would share your stuff, but none of my friends care enough about the UFC. That's all good, Alpeg. Just liking the videos. Being here is supporting the channel, and you're always here, Alpeg, so I appreciate you, brother. Dougie, the type of guy to have the painting of Genghis Khan in his bathroom. I would have a painting of Genghis Khan in my bathroom. I don't know if that's like a gay joke or if there's anything wrong with that, but I would 100% have Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was a fucking Chad. Impression of Alexa Grasso's feet? No, yo, disgusting, mate. BJ fought at 170 and 205 because he hated training and was just fat. Yeah, but he got in there and fought. You know what I mean? There are people that hate training and are just fat, and they don't even bother getting in there and fighting. Kevin Gastelum, for one. The eagle sometimes during the rebirth, has its mate snatched. But, since the eagle is in isolation, I don't know. I can't do anything about it. But the eagle, his ego's got strength to move past it. I let her go, Holmes. I let her go, Holmes. I exclusively use all my hype points on this channel, and that ain't saying much. Well, thank you, Capatheist. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for using your hype points on me, mate. Matt Hughes up for... Yeah. BJ can't beat Nick Diaz. I mean, they're different weight classes sometimes. Depends when BJ was in the mood. On whether or not it was a different weight class, to be honest. Sarah was a champ. Do we really put Sarah on this list? Sarah was a champ, but he's the worst champ of all time, remember? I think BJ's legacy needs to factor into a few things, especially the any weight class kind of stuff. That will be a nice big green bit of bold for him. Impression of Brian Ortega winning the belt just to hop on the microphone and let Pereira hit it first. You know, man, I've finally done it. I've won the belt, man. I'm so happy, man. But I got to give it to my boy, Alex Pereira, really. He deserves this the most, man. Alex, get up here and grab this belt, brother. Who the fuck is that guy? That's BJ Penn, motherfucker. Impression of alien Dougie abducting BJ Penn and lobotomizing him. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know how to do that one. Don't sleep on Nick Diaz. Exactly. GSP couldn't barely beat Nick Diaz. GSP couldn't even do it, mate. Dougie doesn't credit Sarah's win over GSP. Makes an entire video crediting Van's win over Pantoja. Hey, I can always change my mind later. Matt Hughes can't even beat a all right, we get it. We get the joke. We get the joke. Poor Matt Hughes. There's no nudes of Dern. You heard it from me if it's true. We must find these nudes of Dern, brother. The Pioneer disrespect. Tell me about it, Capatheist. It's bullshit, man. Thoughts on the Anthony Joshua car crash? It's sad. It's real sad. Fighters, stop going to Africa and learn how to drive when you get there. What else can I say? Yo, man, that's a sick dress. How are you, Sniff? Good to see you, babe. I hope that you're well. Impression of Zesty Dougie disguising as Tracy Cortez to trick Alex. No, hats off. That's disgusting. Oh, it's Zesty Dougie. You're right. Oh, maybe if I dress up as Tracy Cortez, Alex Pereira will let me in. How are you, Tyler Betts? What's good, dude? How are you, man? Matt Serra did mount a guy at a restaurant. This is true. He did. He did blast that double and mount him. This is true. BJ Penn could have won a middleweight title in his prime. BJ Penn could win whatever fucking title he felt like winning in his prime, all right? He was the motherfucking prodigy, motherfucker. Whoever scared the whole Discord with the Jessica Andrade news scarred us with the Mackenzie news too. The Jessica Andrade news were done by Larry, and it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in the Discord, and ever since then, we've had no nudes in the Discord. Nick Diaz clowning mid-fight was awesome, lying down. Just lying down on the fucking octagon floor. Fucking golden shit. Golden shit! There are nudes of Natalia Silva, I reckon. Oh my fucking god, I hope so. I hope there's nudes of Natalia Silva. Why are you wearing a sports... It's a singlet, it's the middle of summer, it's 30 degrees. Pollyanna and Tracy Cortez are Eskimo sisters. Poatan only needs to smash Dern to complete the trilogy. He will snatch every belt, and he will snatch every snatch. How are you, Deshaun? Impression of Dougie wrestling with Valentina Shevchenko. My God, keep me in bottom position. Impression of Zesty Dougie as the driver of Anthony Joshua's car. There's only one way to end it, boys. I would have slept pillow hands Nick Diaz and taken a dump on Natalia's chair. Whoa! Fucking hold on, cunt, Ricky. Fucking hold on, mate. Have you seen the video of BJ jumping out of the pool? I haven't, no. Do you think Ortega marks his height and his wall thinking there is a chance he's still growing? Absolutely. Absolutely. Dougie also mounts to... Okay. Don't forget Matt Hughes bullied Tim Silver as a kid just to bully him into the UFC too. That's why we love Matt Hughes, because bullies are the best. How are you, Cheddarhead? Good to see you, mate. I hope that you're well, brother. What's good, Cheddarhead? The fucking GOAT of MMA YouTube. Right. BJ Penn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 legendary wins. 5 legendary wins. Do I count Carl Luno as a legend? Nah. And Kenny Florian? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 4 legendary ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go like that. 4 at all weight classes. That's massive. Massive, massive, massive. 4 at all weight classes is huge, mate. Huge. We got Matt Hughes twice. Carl Luno. Carl Luno. Jeez, that's about it, isn't it? What else can we add to BJ Penn's... What else can we add to BJ Penn? I feel like there needs to be more, right? That doesn't feel like it's enough for old BJ Penn. Let me read some chats. Let me read some chats, brother. Get the fuck out of here. That's not her ass. That's not her ass. Where am I up to? Don't forget Matt Hughes, Bully Timpson. We did that one. There are nudes of everyone. There are nudes of everyone. That is true, Sniff. And Sniff has found them all. Hypothetical question. Hypothetical question. Okay. All right. I'm here. I'm ready for it, Cheddarhead. How long would you microwave a steak to get a nice medium rare? Ew. I wouldn't. You can't microwave a steak to get a medium rare. You can't. 12 minutes? Israel's got everyone's news. It does have everyone's news. They have the back door to the iPhone. This is true, mate. Damn it, Valentina, you got me in the north-south again. How does this keep happening, Valentina? Why do you keep getting me into the north-south? Someone like Dougie's nudes. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that shit. Impression of Valentina complaining why protein isn't interested in her. Impression of Valentina complaining why Powhatan isn't interested in her. Because she's the best. Because she's the best, Valentina. This is why. Why can't I get the man? Why can't I get this Shama? Is it because my lips? Is my lips dry? Is this why I can't get this Shama? BJ isn't a top 10. It's starting to not look like it, right, MMA Master? Impression of OG Dougie finally finishing his drywall and Francis crashes his scooter right into the wall. Ah! Another day done. I can't drive. You motherfucker, Francis! Fucking get that scooter out of my wall. Ortega crushed for the first... crouched for the first marketing gaslight. Ortega crouched for the first marketing gaslighting Tracy. And this is breaking my brain with the dyslexia, Justin Kennedy. I'm going to move on. BJ in his prime could jump all the way out of the shallow end of the pool and land cleanly on the ground. That's kind of fucking impressive. BJ Penn was the prodigy. The absolute prodigy. BJ Yadong fight it'd be huge. Huge. Amazing fight. American fight. Amazing. He had the first custom shorts. BJ looks like an Egyptian cab driver. He kind of does sniff it then, doesn't he, mate? A little bit. I just checked out Nick Diaz's stats. He went the distance but lost with GSP, Silva, Condon, and beat BJ Penn. I always forgot he was so good because he annoyed the shit out of me. Oh, yeah. Nick Diaz is really, really fucking good. Really good. But again, modern fans have a hard time remembering that. Because the last time we saw him, he tapped out, you know. So, I like gave up in the middle of the octagon. Yeah. He beat the clones of... They weren't really his opponents. They were the clones. Maybe it's because we need to see what they were at the time. Maybe it's because of we need to see what they were at the time. Maybe it's a case of we needed to see what they were at the time. It's a case of we needed to see what they were at the time. I don't know. We're going to need context for that. I don't know who they are. BJ Penn runs a shawarma stand-up in his spare time. I doubt that. No. He'd forget what the ingredients were. Who has done more stimulants between John Jones and BJ Penn? Easily John Jones. John Jones is out on cocaine every fucking weekend. Come on, mate. Easily John Jones. Impression of Francis visiting the zoo. I'm home. I feel like I'm at home. BJ Penn didn't have good takedown defense and was rarely cut. He had great takedown defense. Yeah. BJ is the lightweight GOAT. There is no debate. There is a massive debate. It's easily Islam Makhachev. No worries, mate. You sounded like you were about to shut down there. Yeah, I don't know what happened with my brain in that one, Justin Kennedy, but it was just not reading the words on the screen in front of me. I apologize. Impression of BJ Penn and Valentina having a lips competition. What the fuck? What are you even... Show us your lips. Look how dry your lips are. Okay, I'll show you my dry lips. Not those ones. Not those ones. Mackenzie can do a 69 triangle choke. Yeah, on you, Johnny. I want to go peacefully in my sleep like my grandpa, not like the rest of the people in it. Oh, right. Poor Anthony Joshua's mate. Stop it, Mr. C. I want to go out in the forest with a bottle of scotch and a photo book full of memories. That's how I want to go out. Nick was a bum in Fort Cairns. You're retarded. You're an idiot. You're a moron. You're a dumbass, Ricky. Nick did not fight Cairns. You're an idiot. Nick Diaz is still in rehab. I know, but apparently he is getting better install driver. He has updated his fans on Instagram. Apparently he is getting better. I saw Nick Diaz versus Paul Daly fight in person. It was fun to watch. That would have been sick to watch, man. I do, before I die, want to go to a UFC event. But the problem is, it's just so fucking expensive. See his opponents were at the time. Oh, right. Like they were 20-1. Yes. That's what I've been doing, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page, as I've been going through their resume. That's what I've been looking at. Put Nick Diaz against the Black Gate. I think we do have to put him against Tyrone Woodley, right? Oh, not Nick Diaz. We do have to put BJ Penn against Tyrone Woodley. BJ Penn would have KO'd Chuck Liddell. In his prime, he would have KO'd anyone he wanted to. Impression of evil Dougie invading Venezuela and using the oil to fuel his massive armored monster truck. Mate, this is why we fucking took over the entire country, mate. Just so I can have more diesel, cunt. How gay if Tony Ferguson went the distance with Oliveira, Pimlet, Islam, and Khabib, but got finished by Chandler, Nate Diaz, and Chiesa. It does make me sad. It does make me sad what happened to Tony Deshawn. It makes me very fucking sad, brother. Impression of MMA of Mama Woodley busting out the cloning center and telling people she started and gone with the... I can't do that, Sniff. What are we doing, Sniff? Sniff, what is this, Sniff? I would have grabbed Blowjob Penn by his forehead and held him back. All right, chat. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on with the chat? Islam's title run was all short notices. I know, it does hold him back in the GOAT conversation. Nick only has 5 fights in the UFC. This does not seem true. He did most of his work in Strikeforce, Justin Kennedy. People forget, man. It was all in Strikeforce. I literally used to bully the Diaz brothers and take their lunch money. They're both absolute bomb of a thing. Bomb of a thing. President BJ Penn buying meth from his dealer only to realize his ass looks different. I'm going to need some more of that sweet, hey, Matt. I'm going to need some more of that. Hang on a minute. This ain't right. That's not his ass. Police, that's not his ass. Impression of Tracy Cortez finding out why Alex is called Stone Fists. Come on, baby. Come on. Holy fuck! Get it out! Really, though, I always wanted to get eaten by a bear after I die in the... Yeah, after I'm dead. After I'm dead. Yes, of course. Can you be a GOAT losing to Ryan Hall by submission? Ryan Hall, you do not want to be there. They're rage baiting. It's not working. Everyone's house has leaks today. Dude, everyone is in a fucking mood today. It's bizarre. All right, BJ Penn over here. 5 title wins, 2 division champion, 4 legendary wins, 4 at all weight classes. Let's put him up against Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo, 4 title wins, 2 division champ, 3 legendary wins. So he's above Henry Cejudo. BJ Penn is obviously above Henry Cejudo. So if he's above Henry Cejudo, who else is he above? Where's Henry Cejudo? Henry Cejudo's there. So let's put BJ Penn against Ilia Topuria. Where does BJ Penn rack against Ilia Topuria? Ilia Topuria. 3 title wins. 4 legendary wins. Definitely not a duck. Is a duck. Double champ on paper. An actual 2 division champion. BJ is definitely above Ilia Topuria. Bup. Alright. What about against Woodley? Sorry, not against Woodley. Against Kamaru Usman. Why do I always get these two confused? Probably because they're exactly the same. Oof. He's above him. I think BJ's ahead of Woodley. What do we reckon, chat? I reckon BJ's well ahead of Woodley. That's not Woodley. That's Kamaru Usman. You know what I'm saying. Same guy. Same face. You know what I mean? They look exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? Come on, mate. Don't be calling me racist. You guys are racist. You guys are the racist ones. Where am I up to? Let me read some chats. Can you do an impression of BJ Penn going to jail and his bunkmate is Derek Lewis and Derek puts BJ's name to the test? Oh, you're looking good there, white boy. Why don't you get up here and let's see what that BJ stands for. Dougie, would you rather have a BJ every day from BJ Penn or a foot job every day from Alexa Grasso? Alexa Grasso's foot job every day. Yeah, no, I'm not a homosexual. Tracy Cortez is 100% going to accuse Pereira of something either abuse or cheating once they break up. Oh, fuck yeah. 100%. Even though I can picture her as the one who always crashes and spazzes out. BJ fought against everyone, including his family. He did, even his own mother. BJ is definitely above Cejudo. Just a thought, do you think for the list, losses in the early career should weigh heavier than wins after their prime? Trying to just consider guys who went too long but still the GOAT. Not with the way that we've been doing the list so far, Alpeg, because we have been doing it about what kind of legacy were you able to accrue. So that's what I'm going to stick with, man. JDM is fighting Prates. Are you shitting bricks? No, Cayman. JDM's going to blocks to beat and head off him, mate. Ian Gary can beat up Carlos Prates. JDM easily can, mate. I feel good. Pereira is going to drop her with a left hook after her fake eyelashes are going to stay. Pereira is going to drop her with a left hook and her fake eyelashes are going to stay in the air like a Looney Tunes. Sharma. BJ above Woodley and Usman. I think BJ's above Usman, right? Impression of Alex coaching Tracy to get a title win. Sharma. No, that's clearly the popular. Yeah, it's Seal. That's not Usman. That's Seal. BJ Penn above Usman is mostly rematches and never touched another belt in a different, not even interim. While BJ moving got wins in pretty much every single weight. Yeah, so I think I agree with you. Like, BJ is above Usman. So, Usman, go on, brother. Time for you to go, motherfucker. See you, dude. Yep. Yoink. All right, so BJ Penn is above Kamaru Usman. BJ Penn's above Izzy. What about Chuck Liddell? BJ Penn versus Chuck Liddell. BJ goes above Chuck Liddell. BJ goes above Chuck Liddell, right? BJ has to go above Chuck Liddell, right? Why are you saying BJ below Chuck? BJ's above Chuck. Look at them side by side. Legacy BJ for sure. Yeah. Replace the black gate with the Hawaiian gate. It might be the Hawaiian gate now, right? BJ or Holloway for the Hawaiian goat. You'd have to go BJ. He's achieved more, right? The legacy kind of income. Yeah, we're going with legacy. We're going who's built the best legacy. They cloned Woodley. They did clone Woodley, and they turned him into Usman. Would you rather have a legendary BJ from BJ or get bent over by Jones? Ugh, neither. I'd rather commit seppuku. Would you rather have... We just read that one. I reckon fighters who fought in the steroid era deserve extra points. Bro, we're in the steroid era. We're in the steroid era. People are still popping. Fucking Manel Cap's got gyno, dude. BJ's below Chuck. Chuck might be higher. Legacy for Legacy BJ. How are you, Charlotte? Good to see you. Good video earlier. I was sad to see a lot of my favorite fighters on your fall-off list. I was sad to see them there as well, Charlotte. Trust me, it didn't make me happy to have Conor McGregor on there, to have Tony Ferguson on there. Yeah, it broke my heart, Charlotte. I guess if it's only UFC, I wouldn't hate it if you put BJ above Chuck. I mean, just by putting them side by side here, BJ does go above Chuck, right? BJ had a good chin unlike Chuck. Chuck had a good chin until he didn't. The steroid era never stopped. The steroid era never stopped, man. Would you took a... I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is, Johnny. I'm sorry. Impression of Cap doing a titty dance for John Jones? Stop it. I hate it. I'm going to get drunk and beat my wife. At the end of this GOAT list, you got to look at it and say, what the fuck is this? I know, dude. If people just looked at what I have as this GOAT list, like I said, Lucas Tracy would vomit. If Lucas Tracy looked at this, he would fucking vomit. But it is what it is. It is what it is. At least you got to put Rockhold on the list. I'm not putting Rockhold on this list. I would have had Marlon Moraes. Oh, I was thinking about Marlon Moraes. I was considering that, Shyla. Was Chuck also a 2-division champion? He wasn't, no. You can't forget about Rich Franklin, man. What about Rich Franklin? I think I'm going to put BJ Penn right above Chuck Liddell. Oh, but then you've got to have BJ Penn versus Max Holloway. BJ's over Chuck Liddell. What about Max Holloway? How does this rank? BJ, Max. Where was Chuck? BJ, Max, Chuck. Thank you, MMA Pigger, for re-upping your membership. Thank you, Yog. I appreciate you, dude. You're a legend, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you, MMA Pigger, for re-upping your membership. Was Chuck? No, he wasn't. The blue hair lesbian had a good list. The blue haired lesbian over at ESPN. Yeah, no, dude. No, Rockhold on the fall off list. Oh yeah, Rockhold was absolutely on the fall off list, and I fucking enjoyed doing that. John Jones, banged Nina Drama, and Pereira got Cortez. Who is the GOAT? Ooh. Probably the guy who's fucking Megan Levy. What's his name? That guy. Marab top 7, mate. At most, we can have maybe a low 20s. Moreno, dude. Fucking Lucas Tracy is going to be so upset with me when he sees my list. Chuck Liddell fought the bigger names. I mean, BJ fought Matt Hughes. I guess he did, like, right? Like, Chuck fought Tito, Overeem, Vanderlei Silva. You're not wrong, Shyla. You're not wrong. Chuck did fight the bigger names. It's not just like legendary wins for legendary wins. He did fight the bigger names. Have you seen Holloway's wife? Dude is winning. Holloway's wife is fucking stunning, yeah. Is style a criteria? I can't remember. BJ style was pretty epic, but so was Chuck Liddell's style, right? What about Sean Shirk? Add him to the list. Is this what you're saying? How many streams are we at this for? Oh, this is the 6th or the 7th stream we've been doing this. Yeah. Holloway's wife is a top 0 bottom. Okay, shut up. Rich Franklin, KO to Chuck Liddell. The Rich Franklin KO. Yep. Max has the better wife. We're not ranking people's wags right now, mate. Do you think Aspinall is likely to come back to glory or fall from obscurity, get stripped like a fart in the wind? He will be back. I believe in him. He will be back, I believe, in Tom Aspinall, mate. Chuck Divisions was way more popular at the time. It was definitely more popular, yeah. Max's wife is cool as fuck. She's not just pretty. Yeah, Max has got a sick wife, man. Max's wife is so overrated. Okay, can we stop? Guys, who gives a fuck about Max's wife? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm going to put BJ Penn behind Chuck Liddell. I think BJ Penn's got great accolades, but just the names that he beat, I don't hold in the same highest of regard. So that's where I'm going to put BJ Penn. Yeah. That's where I'm going to put BJ Penn. Yeah. That's what I'm going with, chat. Tito had like 5 title defenses in a year. It just wasn't a calendar year. It was like 1 in 2000, then 4 in 2001. Yeah, I know, but it wasn't the calendar year that was there to be broken. I know. Max's wife is okay. Chuck Liddell was the face of the UFC at his peak. He was. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. He was, yeah. When's your wife tier list drop? We could do that, a wags and girlfriends tier list, but I'd really have to check on their Instagrams to see them all. I don't know all their wives and girlfriends that well. I don't follow them that closely. It's time for a Matt Hughes Holloway versus BJ Penn for the Battle of Hawaii. We did that. Holloway versus BJ Penn. I just think Holloway's names are a bit deeper. I think Holloway's just got a bit of a deeper list, shot for shot, band for band. I go a little bit deeper for Holloway on that one. Yeah. That's the one. I'm going with Holloway for that one. Have you seen The King of the Streets? No, Cayman. What's The King of the Streets? It sounds very familiar. What's King of the Streets, brother? Let me know. Holloway is such a bum pillow hands loser. Ricky, you say that about everyone, dickhead. You say that about literally everyone. Maybe I'm too nostalgia biased, but I always prefer the fighters from the golden era. You do, Shyla, but that's what our channel seems to be about, right, mate? Like, you're into the old age fighters. Nacho's into the old age fighters. I'm into the Reebok era fighters. Like, we're a very nostalgic channel, yeah? Dougie, I just really need a whole night to stalk their Instagrams and nudes to really weight them. W journalism. Thank you. You think I'm just going to shit out a wags and girlfriends tier list without getting deep into the woods about just how hot each one is? No, mate. I'm going to do my research. Fuck BJ, he was just a lucky tweaker. He just tweaked out at the right time in the right spots. King of the Streets is a YouTube MMA underground fighting. 0 rules, you can eye gouge, hedge butt, and probably even bite and groin shot. There is no way that's fucking allowed on YouTube, dude. How can that be allowed on YouTube? I would have never known about the UFC if my mum didn't buy me Anderson Silva's figure. Your mum is based and a legend. Good on her. Well done to your mum. Watch some of their fight. I will do, but I don't know how that can even be on YouTube. That sounds like too violent for YouTube. It's literally a Game of Thrones. But yeah, that sounds crazy, man. Just Googled about BJ's short notice fights. Both Matt Hughes fights were short notice. Yes, they are massive wins. Like fighting upper weight class short notice against the GOAT of the division at the time. Crazy. That's why he's so impressive at the time, Alpeg. Like it's literally unbelievable that he beat Matt Hughes on short notice. Like I knew that he beat Matt Hughes, and even when I went back and watched it, I was still shocked. So does that mean BJ gets to go higher up the list? God, he's a hard one to rate, isn't he? What would you say, chat, if Ilia Topuria... Chat, what would you say if Ilia Topuria moved up on short notice? What would you say if Ilia Topuria moved up on short notice and beat up Kamaru Usman? How goated would you rate Ilia Topuria if he moved up on short notice and beat up Kamaru Usman? You know, I'm trying to picture like a welterweight GOAT. Like someone who was really, really fucking established at welterweight. That's what BJ Penn did. He came up on short notice and beat the fuck out of, at the time, the welterweight GOAT. While he was a sitting champion. You could say Islam Makhachev, but Islam Makhachev hasn't really been established at welterweight, so it doesn't have the same feeling, the same name value. You know what I'm saying? But if you say Kamaru Usman, modern fans can really picture that, which is insane, right? I watched the Napoleon Blown Apart about MMA Underground. It was fucking awesome. I got to check that out. I haven't seen that, and I love Napoleon Blown Apart. So I'll check that one out, man. Prime BJ was a UFC 5 career mode. Dude, Prime BJ was the shit, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page. My mate sent me a video of No Rules Fighting. It was absolutely fucking awesome. It sounds like something I'd be into. You guys know I'm a huge fan of violence. So thank you for telling me about that, Cayman. Anderson Silva made me love MMA once I saw Silva head kick folks. I couldn't care about boxing though. My family's host parties when Canelo fights. Yeah, I could never get into boxing. Never. I was never that into it. But when I saw Conor McGregor sleep Jose Aldo, I had that feeling. I was like, this is home. I'm at home now. Can you put a side-by-side picture of Jamal Hill's wife and Joanna with a hematoma? No! Maybe when I do the WAGs tier list. I'm not trying to push him any higher, but yeah, at the time I thought he was legendary and just trying to work it out. Well, that's why you thought he was legendary, yeah. I just realized the heavyweights are seriously handicapped by this criteria, aren't they? Aren't they, Carpathius? That's why this is all just subjective, no matter how objective we try and make it. Ilya is a bum. I'd sleep that sort spanner. He's a sausage, lad. He's a sausage. Also, on top of all this, they fight on concrete. Oh, I hate that. I don't like that they're fighting on concrete. I don't like that. I would bet my house on Usman to beat up Topuro. That's what I'm saying. And then, like, BJ Penn actually went out there and won the fight. Essentially, like, Ilya actually goes out there and fucking beats Kamaru Usman. How goated would you have him, chat? You guys would tell me that he has to be further up the list. I think we're just putting BJ behind Chuck because we like Chuck's names more. I think we're just putting BJ behind Chuck because we like Chuck's resumes more. But I think BJ did achieve more than Chuck did. I think he unequivocally did achieve more than Chuck did. So I'm putting BJ there. That's how I think it goes, actually. Yeah. If Ilya moved up and KO'd Usman, he jumps up heavy. If Ilya moved up and KO'd Usman, he jumps up heavy and would add to his legacy. That would remove that he never defended the belt because it would show he really doesn't have to. Yeah, there's something about that, yeah. As much as I don't rate Holloway very highly, I'd still put him ahead of BJ Penn. His fall was too great to be ignored. It has destroyed his legacy, in my opinion. Well, I haven't really been, judging people by their fall-off, Shyla. Again, I've been judging people by what they were able to achieve in the UFC during their run. So I'm not really holding them back for their fall-off. Exactly. What if Ilya went out there and slept Alex Pereira? Completely different, mate. That's completely different to what I was saying. Completely different. But at the same time, people will say Usman is old. That is true. Like, you got to pick like a dominant welterweight that's peaking right now. And BJ went out there and fucking slept them. Sick. What's up? How are you, Jock? Good to see you, brother. I hope that you're well, dude. Hope you've been going well, man. Hope you had a good day today. Well, good night. You didn't sleep, did you, Jock? Right, BJ Penn done. I'm happy with that one. Stippy. We're doing Stippy. Stippy. Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic. MMA headshot. Do Matt Hughes? We'll save Matt Hughes. We'll do Stipe now. We'll do an easy one. We'll do Stipe Miocic. So what do we know about Stipe? He is considered the heavyweight GOAT. Heavyweight GOAT, that's got to count for something. Considering that he's not going to win a lot of points when it comes to defenses and shit. Stipe Miocic, Tapology. Stipe. He has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 title wins. Verdum, Overeem, Junior Dos Santos, Francis Ngannou, Daniel Cormier. He's got 6 title wins. That's really good. That's really fucking good. 6 title wins is fucking awesome. 6 title wins. Heavyweight GOAT. What are some of the names that Stipe's got? He's got Daniel Cormier, which is just a fucking insane name to have. Twice, by the way. That's 2 legendary wins right there. Daniel Cormier twice is insane. Francis Ngannou is a legendary win. Francis was, at one point, the lineal champion of boxing and MMA. Crazy. JDS, obviously. Alistair Overeem. Verdum. Andrei Arlovsky. Mark Hunt. Gabriel Gonzalez, man. People forget. Gabriel Gonzalez. Ha! He's got Phil DeFries. No shit. When Phil DeFries was 8-0. The KSW heavyweight champion, Phil DeFries, whose shotgun is constantly glazing. He's got Phil DeFries. That's crazy. Ha! That's funny as Phil DeFries. That's fucking gold, man. Let me read some chats, boys. Let me read some chats. Same to you, brother. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing good, Jock. I'm doing good, dude. I get the feeling this is going to get messier the deeper we go here. Oh, yeah. It's going to get worse. Night, David Figurator. Have a good sleep, brother. Thank you for being here on my stream. I appreciate you, dude. If we're not letting the fallout affect their placement, then I would be okay with BJ ahead of Holloway and Liddell. Yeah, I moved BJ up. I moved BJ ahead of Liddell, yeah. Steepy got that immigrant mentality. He does, mate. He just gets to work, brother. That's all it is. Just getting to fucking work. Steepy is the most American, non-American sounding name. The most American, non-American. Steepy. Steepy. Notable wins? Fire. He's beaten Fire. Anything sent from the gods, he's beaten Fire. Lost and reclaimed the belt. That is true, actually. Not a lot of champions have lost the belt and then won it back. Very true. Not a lot of champions have been able to do that. Thank you for that, Alpeg. He got the whole top 10 of the heavyweights of all time in his wins. He does. Krokop doesn't forget about Gabriel. Got Krokop, won't forget. I think he means Serbcop. I think he means Serbcop is what you mean, mate. Gonzalez head kick on Krokop is probably one of the most well-known knockouts of all time. It is true. It is true. Gabriel Gonzalez beat a lot of the... Okay. A lot of the brothers. Took a round off John Jones in his 40s. Do you reckon that's a notable thing? Taking a round off John Jones in his 40s? We can chuck that in. Maybe. I'll throw that in as a little sprinkle. I won't keep that near the top, but I'll keep it down here as a little sprinkle. I'll give him a sprinkle for that one. All right, let's have a look at Steepy's legacy when we put it up to the test against someone. Fucking hell, he's got a decent little legacy, doesn't he? You stay there like that. So how many legendary wins is this for Steepy? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legendary wins. That's actually really good. Steepy actually looking... Fuck, it's a nice little resume for Steepy, isn't it? That's actually a... Fuck, I didn't expect that, man. I really didn't expect that to happen when we pulled out Steepy and we started actually putting it out on paper. That's actually a tidy little fucking resume when you leave it all out like that, right? Paul Craig's got a better resume. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. When you write it out like that, Steepy actually fucking smashed it. Like, good for Steepy. Steepy already jumps up partly most of everyone on the list. Put him up against BJ Penn. Also fought Ngannou twice and lived, kind of. Well, no, the second time he definitely did not live. He's above Ilya. Paul Craig got a better resume. Let's put him up against Ilya. Let's put Stipe up against Ilya. Hang on. Oh, fuck. Alright, so what's Ilya got? Ilya's a paper double champ, 3 title wins, 3 legend wins. Fuck, he blows Ilya out of the water. Dude, he blows Ilya out of the water. Stipe is probably a top 10. Dude, he's blowing Ilya out of the water. I think you've got to put him against Volk. I think that's how high up Stipe goes. I think we're talking Volk and Randy Couture. I think we've got to put him in... Yeah, where's my Volk and Randy Couture list? Alright, you're out of here, Ilya. Alright. Holloway, Aldo, Bryan. Let's have a look at Volk's Tapology one more time. Let's have a look at Volk's Tapology one more time. Volk did also lose and reclaim it. This is true. Volk has also got... Diego Lopez. Chad Mendes. All the way from, yeah, like that. That goes there like that. All right, let me read some chats. How do we like Stipe against Volk? Let me read some chats. This is like putting DJ against Brandon Royval. Oh, no, that wasn't even close. Fucking underdog Stipe coming in strong as fuck. It's spinning me out. Dude, I am so surprised about that. Volko also lost in reclap. Yep. TKZ. You reckon TKZ? All right, I'll chuck in TKZ. I never thought that highly of TKZ, but I'll chuck him in. I wouldn't call TKZ a Volk over Stipe. Where is this on the list? Where on the list is Marlon Vera? We'll get to Marlon Vera one day. Don't worry about it. We'll never do Marlon Vera. Stipe over Volk just because of the 3 title fights were against the same person. Yeah, it's still Stipe. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the lost and reclaim thing. There are still a few who have. All right, let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of lost and reclaim the belt. Since that's not that special. It's special, but not that special. So what do we reckon, chat? We putting... I think Volk is... Oh my god. I want to say Volk is ahead of Stipe, but I need to think of why. Why is Volk ahead of Stipe? Dougie, why? Why is Volk ahead of Stipe? Why does Volk get to be ahead of Stipe? Because he's got more title wins? But they're against the same person. And some people will say the second Holloway win, it was a robbery. People forget, man. They'll say the second Holloway win was a robbery. Because he's Australian. Yeah, I know. That's all I've got. Because he's Australian. Why is Volk ahead of Stipe? Because he's got the extra title win? Max did win the second fight. I know, that second fight. Lost and reclaim, other words for participation trophy. Lost and reclaimed, other words for participation trophy. Not true, user. Not in Stipe's case. Not in Stipe's case. Like, you could say so for Volk because Ilya ran away from Movzar. So that's a bit of a participation trophy. But for Stipe, he got beaten by DC and then won it back fair and square against the same guy. Max 100% won the second fight. I don't think he did, but some people do say that he did. I would never say that he did, but some people do say that he did. I would never be one of them. Maybe the Islam fight is in Volk's favor? He lost, though. And Islam had a bad weight cut. Islam usually gets more time to rehydrate. Volk still lost. I'm trying to figure out why I don't put Stipe. Why I put Volk ahead of Stipe. Why do I put Volk ahead of Stipe? For beating Brian Ortega? Why am I putting Volk ahead of Stipe? He lost, but Stipe never fought for a second belt. True. There's a lot to hinge on that. Like, you're going to give him a petition. You're going to put him higher on the GOAT list for having a go. He broke the 35 curse. Yeah, he's got that. He's got the 35. I've got that. The record for the oldies. Let's just pull up their wives. Max won the first fight. Max did not win the first fight. It's the eye test for me. Volks just looks better than Stipe. Yeah, I get it. Like, I'm surprised at how well Stipe's legacy looks on paper. Simply kudos. That's the thing. Like, you just... if I asked you who's got the better legacy in the UFC, simply kudos, you just instantly go, well, Volk. Obviously, Volk. And then you go, all right, prove it. And you put it out on paper like this. And you do have to go... Well, it's Volk has 4 daughters. Yeah, never had a son. Never had a son. Stipe is literally a shock I wasn't expecting. I know. I was like, we'll do Stipe. It'll be nice and easy. We'll just slot him in the fucking bottom somewhere. I did not expect this at all. I'm shocked. Stipe is the longest reigning champion. He has over 1,000 days. What are we doing with Stipe? How did this happen? At heavyweight, yeah. Fuck. Fuck. Just below Volk. He's just below Volk just because he's a heavyweight. He's just below Volk, and it's literally just because he's a heavyweight. You do realize that means Stipe goes above Max Holloway, right? Like, that's insane. Stipe above Max Holloway is insane. Heavyweight GOAT, 5 title wins, 6 legend wins. Is Stipe Serbian? Nah. Yes, actually he is, yeah. Is Overeem really a legendary win? I would say so. Is Overeem not a legendary win? I would think so. Overeem was like K1. Overeem was a massive name. Huge heavyweight. I think he's won every single belt except for the UFC title, right? Every single belt available to him. Jones is not a top 30 fighter. He absolutely is. Stipe's resume alone puts him ahead of Volk. Dude, Stipe's resume is shocking. Shocking. W stream. Thank you, Mitch. I appreciate it. Armin Sarukian goes at 18. No. What would be the reaction if... What would be the reaction of Khabib if Michael Morales knocks out Islam and twerks on him? He'd get kicked out of the gym, Nico Bellic. Let's go bowling, Nico. Nico, let's go bowling. So what guys did outside of the UFC count? No, that's true. What they did outside of the UFC, we don't really put that. Okay, that's true. So we'll put Alistair down there. That's true. We are keeping it UFC achievements only. That's what I crashed out at Shotgun for yesterday. I'll give you that one. It's a notable name, not a legendary name, is Alistair Overeem. I'll give you that one. And that way, that really only does change JDS. I think Stipe goes just above Chuck Liddell. I think he goes just above Chuck Liddell. That's what I think. Islam would be forced to renounce his religion if that I know, it'd be so fucking funny if Michael Morales knocks out Islam Makhachev. Kind of get why everyone's going for Michael Morales now. Max Holloway is the only Hawaiian Takuche. I don't know what that means. Honestly, Michael Morales is the toughest matchup for Islam until Shavkat returns. Yeah, I haven't seen Michael Morales' wrestling tested in the top 5 properly yet, but yeah, I mean, the striking will be powerful for sure. Jerome Holloway is number 1. Easily, Jerome Holloway is number 1. Maybe we should put Volk a lot higher. Well, he's already near the top, right behind Randy Couture. I thought Stipe beat Overeem in the... He did, but, like, Overeem's not, like, a legendary UFC name. He's, like, a legendary MMA name, you know? If Stipe isn't the heavyweight GOAT, then who is? Stipe is absolutely the heavyweight GOAT. I'm not saying he isn't. I think Stipe goes just above Chuck Liddell. Just ahead of Chuck Liddell. I think Stipe goes there. Just ahead of Chuck Liddell. Just behind BJ Penn. That feels like a natural place to put Stipe, to be honest. By the way that we've done this entire list, this feels like the right place to put Stipe. There. That feels right. That feels right. Like, Stipe never quite achieved the same level as this lot, but he did achieve more than Chuck Liddell, legacy for legacy, band for band. That's what I'm going with. Woo! God damn, chat. We'll do it. We'll get through it, chat. We're nearly there. A lot of melanin near the Black Gate. Well, that's why it's called the Black Gate, brother. You get it. Ilya in 2030, brother. Ilya has passed Volk and Holloway. 2-division champ at the age of 28 isn't a joke. We've done Ilya. We've had a good chat about Ilya. I'll bring up the slide. I'll bring up Ilya Topuro slide for you, bro, since we've done Ilya. He is the double champ, but he is a paper double champ. He didn't fight the number 1 contender, nor did he fight the champion. He's got 3 title wins. He's got 3 legendary names on his resume. He's obviously KO'd Max Holloway, KO'd Charles Oliveira, and KO'd Volk. The Volk KO has got a huge asterisk next to it because of the timing of the KO. Not his fault, but just the facts of the matter. He's also had multiple 10-7 rounds on Josh Emmett, which is great. He subbed Bryce Mitchell, which is amazing, considering Bryce Mitchell was 15-0 at the time and ranked at number 11 and is the jiu-jitsu artist. But by the way that we have been going at this list, Ilya Topuria has got a very top-heavy legacy. He doesn't really have the body of legacy that a lot of other people have. When we go through other people's resumes, they've got a real deep body of work. You know, Chuck, Volk, these guys have a really deep body of work, and Ilya Topuria just hasn't been around. Ilya Topuria just hasn't got the density, the amount of quality wins that we're really looking for to put you high up on the list. Maybe by the end of the year, if Ilya Topuria continues to defend and get active, he will build up a lot more quality and build up a lot more legacy. But just what we've been going off so far, Ilya hasn't done it yet. Is DDP on that list? DDP is never going to be on this list. No, he will not achieve enough. No. Where do you put Joshua Van? At number 1. Why is Stipe so small compared to the others? I don't know. He's like he's out of place. Do you think Ilya kind of ducked Lopez? Ilya ducked Movzar, I think, not Lopez. Yeah. That's it. I'm out of here, chat. It's an hour and a half. I've been to work today, plastering in the heat, sweating me balls off. It's 5 p.m. I'm going to get out of here, chat. I appreciate all of you. You guys are legends. You guys are in the legends list. You guys are the legends. I appreciate all of you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Ilya knocks out 3 more guys and he's right up there. Yeah, Ilya's just got a little bit more work to do. That's it. Shout me out, Dougie. Shout out to user 71466. Shout out to Woeful, one of the best in the business. When all is said and done, we need to count up all the nationalities on the list. Oh yeah, we'll do a race war at the end. An hour and a half. What is this? The movie theater? An hour and a half. Good clean hour and a half. We'll wrap it up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if there's going to be a video tomorrow. The news is slow as fuck. So, you know, we're sort of just getting through it bit by bit. But we'll see how we go. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best comment section on MMA YouTube. Did you guys hear that Jock is Scottish? The Science Saga was legendary. We loved the Science Saga. The Science Saga was great. We're now in the GOAT debate saga. And I think we'll have it finished by the end of this 3 weeks if we're lucky. See you guys later. Appreciate all of you. If you're in Canada and America, you have an amazing night. If you're in Europe, you have a great day. Russia, Scotland, England, you guys have a great day. If you're in Australia, you guys have a great arbo. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye.